Hi, how are you, my younger brothers? I'm your elder brother, Kiran Roy. So, I've been receiving this sort of questions a lot lately. That is proposing a girl a sign of being a simp, or ideally, a woman should propose the man? What should we do? Is it fine if we go ahead and propose the girl whom we like? Would we be called a simp if we do so? Or we should just wait for the girl to come and propose us? So this is a very common and a very natural question which you guys have. I fully agree. And since you asked me, considering me as your elder brother, I will definitely give you the perfect solution to it. But by the end of it, if you get any value, do give a super thanks, which will go for charity completely. You can book a 1:1 by DMing me on Instagram, and you can definitely take the Be Charismatic and the Be Millionaire courses in my both of my channels. Be Charismatic is in my Hindi channel. Be Millionaire is right here. And if you wish to give any direct benefit to me, you can drop a 5-star review in my Google page, which is Kiran Roy's Guitar Studio. So let me get the record straight. Proposing to a woman is not simping if it is done from a position of strength and not desperation. So everywhere, majority of the people, you will see the guys, they are at an inferior position. They are not at a position of power. It's the woman whom they are chasing. It's the woman whom they have made their life goal. It's the woman whom they have pedestalized. They are constantly available on the phone. The moment they text, instantly they text back. That's one common sign of these majority of these people. In fact, they are the perfect simps, which I would definitely call. Whenever a girl texts them, instantly they will text. So that sends off the impression that he is always available. He has no other work. Even if he has work, still he considers her as the priority and not as his work. Because throughout my dating career, I would receive messages throughout the day, but I would be so engulfed in my work that I did not have to use any tactics. I would, like, during lunchtime, I would just open my phone for some time and I would see a few messages, but still I wouldn't reply immediately. I would put it on scene because I have read it. She would see that I have read it, but still instantly I wouldn't reply. In the evening time, when I have some leisure time for myself, that's when I would reply to the text which I got in the morning. So that is the way, that is the right way to function. But majority of these people who happen to be simps, because as I told you, 90% of all Indian men are simps, and it's no overstatement. That's the perfect statement, that's the perfect statistic. So the moment they call, they reply back. Even if I've personally seen guys who are driving, who are working in their office, they're working on an important assignment. Still, if they get the message of their girlfriends or whoever it is, instantly they will leave all work aside to reply to her. I've seen guys actually driving and texting, both doing together. And if the text is supposed to be long, they pull over, forgetting they're driving the pullover, and they just reply. And it's not as if it's some urgent work. I can understand if it's some urgent work. It's just normal. Hey, hi, what are you doing? Where are you taking me today evening? Whatever. This can be replied later on also. But I've seen people actually pulling up to reply to that text. So if a person function likes this, and if this is the status of a person, and after that, if he's the one who is proposing, then 120% is not in a position of power. 100% is not in a position of power, and he or that kind of a person will 100% fall under the bracket of a simp. So this is a 100% simp case. But on the contrary, if you are a man, if you are a man who has his time completely filled with his purpose, he's devoting his time towards his health, towards building his finances, towards doing his work, towards developing a skill. So if you are that guy who has his vision, who has his goals, even if she's texting you, you prefer to complete your job first, your job or work at hand first. After that, during your free time, if you're texting her back, then you are in a position of power. And a person who is in a position of power, if he if he actually proposes the girl, he will not be considered as a simp. So I hope I've explained the first point to you, that if a man is in a, I'll summarize it. If a man is in a position of power, and after that, if he proposes that girl, then he will not be called a simp. But if a man is simping left, right, and center, and after that, if he's proposing, then 120% he will come under the category of a simp. So, hope I've made my first point clear. If you still have any further doubts or issues, comment. I will definitely try to give you much more clarity. My next point is, a real man doesn't propose her out of fear of losing her. Rather, he proposes out of clarity in his mind. So a real man will always have clarity in his mind. You will see majority of the simps, they propose a girl just because he's single, he's needy, he's clingy, he has no other purpose, he has no other. Though these simps have one thing in common, which I've already told you, they always have a good job. All of them have good jobs. Mind you, jobs, not businesses, because to have a flourishing and a good business, you need to be goddamn street smart. Without street smartness, nobody can flourish in business. And simps, they are not at all street smart. So suppose a guy, he has nothing going apart from his job, because from whatever I have studied, the cases that I have studied, all of them had jobs, no two ways about it. In fact, good high paying jobs they had. But that's it. They only had a job. Max to max, they will go to the gym. That too, they are never consistent. They don't have any good physique or anything. Though they have gym memberships, which I've seen. I'm just talking about my observations of these sims. So they are completely deprived. All that they have is a degree and a job, nothing else. No other quality, no other skill, no other, nothing else apart from a job and a degree. So to enhance it a little bit, they watch reels that fitness is important. That's why they take a gym membership. They are the ones who make those new year resolutions. They are the ones who take gym membership on 1st of January. Typical, they are like the stereotypical like herd followers. Like others, they will also go and join the gym. They will join guitar classes, because I run a guitar academy, so I'm very well aware of what I'm talking about. So these people, they propose out of the fear of losing out. You're getting my point. These sims, they don't propose because they have clarity in their minds. They are absolutely not clear, but they are desperate. They are desperate that I have a job, I have decent income rolling in, but I don't have anybody in my life. So I suppose if he's in talks with one girl, so I don't want to lose her, because she's a woman, she will definitely get somebody else. So they propose her out of the fear of losing out to somebody else. They propose her out of desperation. They propose her out of scarcity in their mind. You're getting it. So this is, if this is the case with you today, I'm jotting down all the points and all the scenarios under which you will be proposing that girl. So majority, as I said, I'm sure many of you would fall in this bracket which I'm talking. Nothing to worry. You guys are here to learn something from me. So I'm teaching you. I'm not criticizing or anything, because I have observed them. So you cannot say that this is not right, that is not right. This is how it is. I'm a truth seeker. I did not make the rules. Whatever I have observed is what I'm bringing out in the table for you to understand. And I'm sure many of you would fall in this bracket also, that you guys are proposing because you have a job, agreed. You have a degree, agreed. But apart from that, you don't have anything else. And you have that fear of losing out to someone else. You are sure that, suppose if you have a girl in the office, you are in good talking terms, you think that if I don't propose, somebody else will come and get her. That's for sure. So under this desperation, under this neediness, under this clinginess, you end up proposing, making yourself a number one high quality simp in the process. Yes. But on the contrary, if you have clarity in your mind, if you have 120% clarity, you know what you're doing in life. You have your task set, you have your agenda set, you have your future set, you are leading a purposeful life. Apart from your job also, if you have many, you're developing a skill, you're developing your physique, you're developing your emotional mental intelligence, you're developing your financial acumen, and you have complete clarity about one girl in question. If you are proposing through clarity, having all the other aspects in your life, then you are not a simp. So this question, which was asked by many people, it applies to different kind of people. So if you are in a power position and then proposing, then you are not a simp. I have also proposed. I got proposals from most of the girls, but on certain instances, even I had proposed a few girls. But I proposed them from a power of authority, a power of dominance, a position of dominance, a position of authority, a position of pure machismo, basically. So I did propose, but I had nothing to lose. I was constantly working towards my goal, towards my purpose. And since I had a clarity and since I was at an upper edge, I was holding that upper position, definitely I did propose. So that won't make you a simp. But as I said, if you are proposing her due to the mentioned reasons, then 100% you will fall under the simp bracket. So basically, simping is when a man begs for love, puts her on a pedestal, and is constantly crying, asking, pleading to her for love, for her time, for her affection. They are the ones who will always say, hey, you don't give any time to me. Please find some time for me. They are constantly pleading. Whereas in reality, it should automatically flow. Suppose in an ideal relationship, no guy should be able to plead or beg for her time. No guy should be begging for a date. If she's interested, she will go out of her way to find time to be with you. You will never feel the need to plead her for love, plead her for spending time, plead her for meeting, plead her for going for a movie, going for a coffee shop for that matter. You will never have to do that, because suppose if you are in a proper relationship, you should be getting these things for free. But on majority of my 1:1 cases, I've seen one particular pattern, that it's only the guy who is doing the chasing. It's only the guy who is doing the pleading. He's constantly begging for love. He's constantly crying for love. He's constantly begging for her time. Majority of the people I have seen, point to be underlined, they're constantly begging for her time. They are the ones who constantly says that, hey, I want your time, can't you give me a little bit time from, I mean, how uncool is that, that they're begging that, hey, you can give me some time, some precious time out of your entire day. Dude, relationship does not work this way. When a girl is in love, if a girl genuinely considers you as her first priority, it's she who wouldn't be able to live without you. It's she who would be making the plans for the weekend. It's she who'll be deciding the places that she would like to take you. She will be so excited to show you her everything, her favorite coffee shop, her school, her everything. I've dated multiple girls. I mean, not multiple would be an understatement. I've dated like, I don't want to disclose the actual figure, but you guys will get a heart attack if you come to know how many girls I've dated in my life. So I don't want to disclose, but still I'm telling you, I've seen that through my experience, that when a girl is seriously into you, she would be the one to find time for you, to cook food for you, to do. She will go out of her way just to be with you, just to spend time with you. You won't even have to do anything. That is how a real relationship is made. So under this scenario, if you propose her, it's fine. But if you are pedestalizing her, if you are begging her for love, if you are constantly crying, please find some time for me, and on top of that, if you are proposing her, you are 120% simp in this. No two ways about it. Always remember, masculine energy is about direction and decisiveness, not waiting to be chosen. Lots of these simps have one thing in common: they are just waiting to be chosen. They don't have any leadership. They cannot lead the way. They cannot show the way. I've seen so many couples. Suppose even if a couple is dating, a guy will have no sense of decision. He will depend on that girl to make the decision, to make the plan. A woman always likes a man who is in control. A woman can definitely select a good restaurant, but they would love it if you say, do as I, what I would say, what I would tell my girls or my girlfriends. Hey, what do you want to eat? She will say something. Okay, forget it. Now do as I say. Come, I will take you for the best meal of your life. And they would just swoon because they love men who takes control. They are not coming to eat. They have enough options to eat. They get food at home. They are coming to spend time with you. And when they see that you are the one who makes the decision, who calls the shots, who leads by his personality, that is called masculinity at its peak. That is called peak masculinity, and that's what they love when you take the charge. But the one common point with all these simps that I have counseled and I have met also personally, that is they never take the decision. They only leave it to that girl or their girlfriend to do the needful. They have no mind of their own, no brains of their own. I've been counseling one guy. He was so indecisive that his girlfriend would constantly criticize him, abuse him, call him all sort of names. Still, he would always follow her like a lovesick puppy. Don't be that guy. That is called being a royal simp. You are my followers. If you are watching me, then I want you to be a masculine force to reckon with. You guys are not born to be a simp. You guys are born to be a masculine warrior. My next point is, if a woman proposes, if a woman proposes that man, that's her choice. Good. But if a man is waiting passively for her to make the step, then he is a loser. Because a strong man with direction, as I told you in my last point, he's the one who calls the shots, he's the one who pulls the strings, he's the one who makes decisions, he's the man who shows her a good time. So he is the man who does the proposing as well. A man with direction, a man with integrity, a man who dominates. It's just natural that even he will dominate in this front as well by doing the proposing work. But a simp, if a simp, this is coming to the question you asked me, that if a girl should propose the man, for that I'm giving you the reply that if a man is dominant, if he is the one who is leading the way, and after that if he's proposing, then definitely he's being a masculine person who has his direction, who knows what he wants. But suppose if there is a simp, he lacks focus, he doesn't make any decisions, he's emasculated, and he's waiting passively for that lady to propose, then like he's not just a simp, he is the loser of the highest order, and he has no business being in the dating circuit because he should be taking some years off to build himself at the first place. Because girls will always just use such kind of people for their money, because as I said, they are the guys, they have only one thing, which is a job. So suppose even if they have a good job, they have some decent money which these girls want temporarily until their prince, the alpha male, arrives in the picture. Till then they will keep on milking such kind of a man, take it from me. So the bottom line is, it's not who proposes, it's why and how. Why I have explained you, how I have explained you. Go through my video again if required, but always stick to the rules, to the ground realities which I have mentioned. If you are the one who is leading, who is completely taking charge, you see that the girl is genuinely interested in you. See, it doesn't need any rocket science. If she's into you, she's into you. Anybody can decipher that. Even a child can decipher that. If she's not into you, even that you can decipher. So suppose if you see that she's not into you, it's you who is doing the pushing, the pulling, the pleading, the crying, the begging. And no ways, if you do, you're doing a huge disservice to your self-respect. As it is, you are breaking your as it is, you are having low self-respect. That's why you're carrying for so long with this. You're pulling up with so long with this. But if you are a man who is constantly getting her attention. She's initiating meetings, she's meeting you, she's finding time for you. If you see that she's into you, and after that, if you are proposing her, then nothing awesome than that. So, as I said, it's not a matter of who, girl or a boy. It is a matter of how and why. So, my closing point is, brothers, propose like a king, cool, calm, and unapologetic, not like a crybaby begging for love. Jai Hind.